Welcome to Drone Brews. It's another beautiful Wednesday night. Hope everybody is doing really well. I spy with my little eye in the chat. I see a heck of a lot of fly logos floating around. Yes, I see there are a lot of these little tiny, almost look like shamrocks, fly logos floating around. If you guys haven't realized, we have started memberships on the channel. I'm going to be talking a little bit about those here in a moment. We've got a great guest to come on the show tonight. We're going to be on our best behavior, right, guys? We're going to all be on our best behavior because the very talented Kara Murphy will be joining me tonight to talk about her incredible photos that will probably make some of you shit your pants because these photos are absolutely stunning. I've got a new beer on deck tonight we're going to try. I'm not going to get too ripped up tonight because after I'm done here, I have a video. I've got to film. It's been raining. I have filming I have to do. Alrighty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and crack open this beer. This is a beer called Luau. It's from Terrapin Brewery. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I have a speech impediment at this point. It's passion fruit, orange guava, and IPA. Let's give this a go. Oh my God. Oh no, it's going to bleed everywhere. No, we're okay. Okay, I thought it was going to be a mess. Let's try it. Let me get a little sipperoonie. Sipperoonie. Yes, that's delicious. Alrighty. So a couple of things. I saw some of you said, "Hey Dobo, where's my damn wristband?" All right, listen. It's been 1 week, and I'm not gonna lie. Last week, that whole marathon stream, if I'm just being completely honest with you guys, I was fucking wrecked. I didn't even get up for work the next morning in an appropriate fashion. I was tore up from the floor up, just completely annihilated. So I said to Zach, Zach, we have to make shipping these things easier because there's so many of them. How can we make it easy for people to go get one of these little DroneWorks bands? So what we're going to do is on the DroneWorks store, we're going to add a link. All you have to do is click on this, check out in your cart, and these little bands, not the DJI band, but the DroneWorks band will be free. This will help me out specifically because as of right now, it's really hard for me to get to the post office. It's been 1, raining every day, and 2, I've been absolutely slammed with houses. So that's my bad for not doing that. The guys who won shirts, the 2 guys that won shirts, I'm going to get your shirts out this week. Teespring is handling the shipping on that, so that's a little bit easier. Okay. Sorry. What do you expect? You're dealing with an alcoholic drone channel, okay? I should change my name to I'm no longer original drunk drone and tech, right? I'm just joking. I only drink on Wednesdays. We have moderation and control here. That is good. Alrighty. So anything. All right. So I see a lot of wrenches in the chat. I'm pretty sure if I missed you and you don't have a wrench and you need a wrench, we added. I drunk wrenched everybody. Okay, everybody got wrenched last week. Albuquerque, I missed you. Sean, I missed you. If you weren't part of my wrench bonanza, everybody got wrenches. My channel is now officially YouTube's most moderated channel to date. And yeah. All right, so really quick, I'll touch on what the channel memberships are going to entail because you may see that. I made a post about it, but I really didn't clarify or talk about it. So my channel memberships are going to be ran a little bit differently. There is certain content that I want to do, but I just can't really put that out in public because probably it would piss a lot of people off. So I'm going to be niching down some of this content, mostly for real estate. And secondly, we're going to have like a Drone Brews stream, which is going to be a little bit more uncensored because I figure the members that are there already know how I am. So we're going to have streams and I'll probably be using StreamYards. So that way, if some of you guys want to join the stream, it could be more like we're all just drinking a beer, hanging out. We're still going to do this on Wednesdays, but for members only streams, I can have up to 10 people on StreamYards. So the members only streams will be held via StreamYards, and I can have 10 of you on at a time, or 9 of you plus myself at a time. I can't do math apparently, but it's going to be an absolute awesome time because then we can all drink and shit. That's what the deal is. So we're going to be doing that as soon as I get everything situated there. So that's going to happen. All right, so it's 9:09 at this point. Let me go ahead. Yes, Lon and I made up last week. You may have missed that. We talked on the phone. It was very compassionate. Let me make sure Kara's ready. Let's see if she is ready. See if Miss Kara's ready. We did a test call yesterday in which we tested the audio, and it was good. And I am fully confident that we're going to have a great stream. So I've just messaged her, and we'll see if that's going. David Leo, you need a wrench. Do you need a wrench, David? You need a wrench. Like I said, the most moderated chat in the existence of YouTube. Look at that. Everybody. What's the name of my outro song? It is Antihero from McCall. Antihero from McCall is the outro song. That's what I use. Oh, wait, that beer is not open. This beer, I'm trying to drink a beer that's not open. So I'm just waiting on Miss Kara to answer her DM. Slid into the DM here. Let me just message her on Facebook. Sometimes I find if I message her on Facebook, it's easier than Skype because you're on Skype. I also talk out loud. So let's do that. So she's probably watching and probably seeing this like 30 seconds later. So here we go. I could just call. I could just do the test call because I think she knows what's up. All right. You want a wrench too, John? All right, John. You get a wrench too. Yes, you get a wrench. Who else did not get a wrench? Jenna didn't get a wrench. Jenna, she needs a wrench. All right. We're just continuing on the wrench of the wrench. Thank you, Cigar Nation Warriors. I really do appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. You're drinking Yuengling. Oh yeah, tropical storms inbound, man. I'm not a happy camper about that. All right, I'm just gonna call her. Oh, that worked. Hey, I can hear you just fine. All right, let me switch over to the interview scene to make sure that you're there. It's okay. All right, I am pushing you live right now. Here we go.
Oh man, I should go grab my beer quick.
Yeah, you got to go grab your beer. Duh.
Let me go grab my beer. Duh. The one thing that was missing.
Yeah, right. It's a dimly lit situation, but Kara's going to go grab her beer because I told her if she came on the show, she had to have her beer in hand.
Yes. And I'm a sucker for peer pressure. So you know what?
You're a sucker.
I am drinking.
Don't put that evil on me.
All right. You know what? I'll turn on the light so it doesn't look like.
Because right now it sort of looks like we're I don't know. Well, we both have very moody scenes. Your scene is slightly moodier than mine.
Is this a little bit better?
Yeah, it's better. Hey, that works. It's probably.
I don't have quite the studio setup as you do.
It's totally okay. Do you have electric?
No, I do have electric.
Okay, just messing with you.
I'm in the. There, see, yeah, there's my kitchen light in the back,
right,
but that kind of looks.
So for those that don't know who you are, I want you to go ahead and give an introduction of who you are, sort of your background, because I think people are like, I don't know. I think they're going to be shocked when I show them the photos. So go ahead and give a rundown of who you are.
Okay, so I am a remote pilot, writer and artist, residing in the Midwest. That's how I introduce myself.
Okay.
I write for DP Review and Interdrone Expo, so you can see my columns pretty much weekly on Interdrone and DP Review, just depending on when we get to drone news and when they can fit it into their editorial calendar.
Okay.
And I also sell my art prints, so most of the time people will just message me, and I also fly commercially as a remote pilot, so I had a job last week flying an outdoor high school graduation. So
nice.
All that kind of combines into my own business, my own practice, and that's how I make it work, and I love it. I love being a part of the drone industry. I got into photography in the year 2009, and I started out mostly doing just live music and worked my way into weddings and events. But now I'm mostly primarily focused on aerial photography. I just find it much more exciting.
So, and your aerial photography specifically is like sort of like nuts from a perspective of like, I mean, I'm going to get it pulled up here in just a second, but I don't think a lot of people really understand. Like when I say nuts, you're probably like, oh, it's just he's drunk. No, it's not that I'm drunk. It's the photos that you take are a bit very well composed shots. And then the fact that these photos are really crazy. I'm going to go ahead and push this over so I can show people. So here we go. Wait, that wasn't it. Oh, it was. I don't know why I pushed the whole scene like that, but whatever. So there it is. So this is Kara's Instagram, actually. And these photos are absolutely incredible. Now, you edit all these photos yourself? Wow. I mean, so here's the most recent photo you shot, and that's the tower in Chicago. So that's the Willis Tower, they're calling it now. I still want to call it Sears Tower. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So you're well equipped to be flying in Addy's mode, so you understand like what needs to happen there, which is awesome because I think a lot of people, typically don't know what to expect and they put themselves in these precarious situations. Like I'm looking at these photos; these are just freaking unreal. Like this, I think this is probably my favorite shot here, just because of the color and the composition, and that building is just absolutely nuts. That's just freaking awesome. I always like infrared. I'm a big Philip Bloom fan, and I know he likes that coloring. So for me, that's just absolutely stunning. But the composure and just like sort of, I guess there's a sort of a risk factor involved with taking some of these shots that I don't think a lot of people really understand. Like here's a great shot. This is absolutely gorgeous in Chicago. Jesus, this is gorgeous. Now, which building is this? This was posted a couple of weeks back. It looks like this was December 10th, 2019. Yeah. I'm going to switch back to interview scene. I guess I cut your audio off there saying.
Was the audio cut off or is it good?
I think it should be back now. I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we're looking at around December 10th, we're saying. Let's see, where am I? That's January 26th. Okay, so I'm scrolling down, and we're still looking at Chicago. This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes. So I took that after AUVSI Conference and Expo, and yeah, that was a surprise. Sometimes they turn out even better than I expect, but I sometimes use presets. There's this one called Prime. It's PRIIME,
Okay.
not to be confused with Amazon Prime. But use that a little bit. I mostly use Lightroom, sometimes a little Photoshop to clean it up. But my biggest thing is shoot in RAW and shoot manual. You want to do the least amount of post processing possible, in my opinion. Yeah, that's been my style. So sometimes it looks a little bit raw and not as polished as other people's, but I kind of prefer it that way. I want to add a little dimension. Yeah,
I'm sharing the link now. So if you guys want to check out Kara's Instagram, because showcasing it through here isn't like physically seeing the photos, obviously on Instagram, or even going to her website and looking at some of the work that she does there, which is awesome.
I appreciate that, Ken. And you're awesome. I love your channel.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So something you told me that I thought was pretty interesting yesterday is not only are you a talented photographer, but you write for a couple of different publications. So tell me about your involvement around drones and the publications that you write for.
Okay, so I write for DP Review.
Okay.
And it's probably the biggest photography website out there. I think it's one of the top ones, right up there. They've been around for 25 years, and recently I've been tasked with keeping up with drone industry news. There hasn't been a lot on the consumer side, so people pitch me and ask me, like, hey, do you want to write about SenseFly or agricultural drones or anything? And I say no, because basically it's photography, videography, and it's geared towards beginner and intermediate. So the way we write, we're explaining everything to a point where even someone that's new to it can understand and feel that they can get on board with either buying a new drone or trying something new out. So
I know we talked about this too. What is your go-to drone right now?
You know what? I have two. I have the Phantom 4 Pro, and I still haven't found a better drone just for its range. I mean, Phantom 4 Pro, you can bring it up about even 1,600 feet, as long as you're staying within 400 feet of a structure. And I haven't found a consumer-grade drone at that price point that takes sharper, crisper, clearer, better quality video, especially at the 4K 60p.
Right.
I love my Mavic 2 Pro, though. It's foldable, it's more compact, much easier to travel with, and I love the Hasselblad color profile. So for those not familiar,
I agree.
Hasselblad has been making cameras for decades upon decades, and I've even tried classic Hasselblad cameras, and the color profile, the colors you get out of that, just even on film, are phenomenal. And DJI purchased a majority interest in the company a few years back, and I'm friends with Brendan Schulman on Facebook, and I know he's the legal guy, but he still has a lot of clout there at DJI. And I said, hey, Brendan, these are some photos I took on my Mavic 2 Pro. Please incorporate this color profile into future drone models, because it makes post-processing easier. It
right.
adds.
We haven't heard anything really about Hasselblad's involvement with DJI since obviously the release of the Mavic 2 Pro. It's been sort of mum's the word on what they're doing, which is sort of sad, because you're right.
Yeah. And he said, thanks, I'll pass that on. They've released the Mavic Air 2. It's kind of weird how they switched up that naming scheme, because I got Mavic Pro 2, Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic Air 2, but I'm getting it straight. But Mavic 2 Pro to date is the only drone that uses that. So,
gotcha.
But, if you have the Mavic 2 Pro, you have the Phantom 4 Pro, you can, within reason, do a lot of commercial work. Now, I don't work on any major Hollywood productions. I know people that, have the Matrice and have the Phase 1 camera. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm doing okay for myself, just taking photos, selling them.
So if you had one that you had to choose between the Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro, which would you choose?
Probably the Mavic 2 Pro. Yeah. And I say that just because, the video quality isn't quite there, but it still has better color profile, and the range, I think, is better. They've updated a lot of the optics and the hardware.
See, I think the color is really good on the Mavic 2 Pro. Like, for me, I feel like it gives me added flexibility, and that if every time I try to color grade using log with the P4 Pro, I always feel like the image breaks apart really fast in comparison to the Mavic 2 Pro. So that's always sort of my thing with that. And I don't feel like I had the same granular control that I did with the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, it's hard to argue that the Pro is very just smooth. DJI is obviously refound the Mavic 2 lineup as far as their controls go, which to me is great. I always felt like the Phantom series was always a little bit wild sometimes on the sticks. Maybe it's just me, but I always felt like it was always a little bit wild.
It can be. I flew an Otel Evo 2 this past weekend, and it's the second time I've done it. And I felt like the sticks were a little gummier, a little jerkier. The Mavic 2 Pro is definitely smoother, and I always remind people you can go into the app and adjust that stuff.
You can adjust it. I'm under the assumption when I get a drone, I want it to sort of be tuned like great out of the box. I mean, I can come really close on the Evo. I can get close to getting, it sort of, tuned somewhat right. I think dual stability mode really helps out tremendously on the Evo, but it still just lacks the tiniest bit in certain situations. I don't know why that is, but it lacks in certain situations. But it's still, I mean, it's the best competitor that we have at this point.
Yeah. It is. No, and the camera for the most part is pretty solid. So I've been transferring photos over to Dropbox to send to my editor. We got to get all that together and get it up just so people can see and make a decision, because I think the big thing too with the Evo is that you don't need to create an account to fly. There isn't any geofencing.
Right.
And I think for some people that's going to be huge, especially if they've had issues unlocking certain zones if they have a job in commercial airspace and they think they've prepared it ahead of time, and then they get to the site and the drone won't take off. I mean,
right.
Yeah, that's a point of frustration. But what I'd like to see in a future Mavic, for sure, I do like the way that for the most part how they designed the Mavic Air 2 controller, where you can switch from tripod mode to sport mode and back, just it's right there on the front of the drone. So I would like to see that, having that, because you film in tripod mode, and the way they've programmed it into the Mavic Air 2, you can get really crisp, clean cinematic footage from that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little jarring sometimes, and it's sort of like, I mean, with stability issues, like with a drone that has 4 props, I got to ask you, because you've worked with BREW and you guys get test samples and things like that pretty frequently. What are your thoughts on the Falcon Vcopter?
Okay, so I have not flown that yet, but I have asked people about that.
I haven't met anybody that's actually gotten a sample in hand.
And, I looked at their site today because we were discussing this last night, and I thought, hey, it would be a good idea to request a sample. Right. However, on the site,
they're like nowhere.
No, they're nowhere. It's still put $100 deposit down, and then you still owe $8.99. And this was supposed to be out in February. So I just wonder if it's a supply chain issue due to everything that's happening.
Here's my thought on this: is like they didn't have the funding to produce the product. And they secured this $100 deposit in hopes that, it's better than doing another campaign on, let's say, Kickstarter or something, because they still have a campaign that they have not fulfilled all their backers. And now they're doing this other whole deal with pre-orders. So I went on their social media, and I've sort of been stalking them all week long and last week, because I'm starting to get pissed, because I know people that have had their finances tied up with the Vcopter. They've messaged them for their refund, and Vcopter's silent, radio silence. So they have to go through PayPal. And I know several people that have requested a refund, and the refund wasn't initiated from Vcopter's side. It was initiated from PayPal's side, because Vcopter 00 never responded to the person. So they have 30 days, but with the pandemic, they're getting a little bit longer. So that means you have essentially 35 days to respond to your client before a claim can be made, and there's nothing. So there's probably a lot of people that have not gotten their money back and probably invested in that.
Yeah. Actually, I do have one friend who's a little bit ticked and thinks that they're, if they don't do something productive or something major, that they're probably going to go under by 2021.
They shouldn't be a company that exists. They have no business creating a second drone. And, a lot of people get mad anytime, Vcopter is brought up, because I think it's a drone that was created for the wrong reasons. Like, I don't think you should create a new product to be different just to be different if it's not going to add any sort of functionality to the drone. And what they were touting was that they are making the drone more efficient by removing, two of the props, to the motors, which I'm sorry, that's, you're going to, sorry, I'm half drunk.
No, that's okay.
I'm not an alcoholic, I swear.
Catch up
But it happens. You sit there and drink too much, and then you drink too much air, so it happens. But I feel like to make a product different just for the sake of it being different is stupid as all as hell. And it's just a crash course for disaster.
It is. But you know what? And to a marketing department, hey, if it gets media attention, I mean, I saw it brought up on CNET, and they quoted one of the executives. Oh, it's going to be more aerodynamic and all that. It's all just PR.
And here's my thing. Yeah. If it was going to be more aerodynamic and stabler, when I was at CES, they should have had that thing flying in the cage, because all the drone venues were given similar style cages, right? They were given similar spaces. And what the red flag to me was they had no drone flying in this cage, and they could have totally did. And they had one of the bigger booths. Booths there. And for me, I felt like they sort of showed up just to grab a little bit more interest and a little more money. They had a little small prototype flying, but they didn't actually have, anything substantial. They didn't showcase what they were actually selling, which again, I feel that's deceptive. And, I'm the type of person that I'm going to slowly but surely turn the stake on them. And eventually that shank's going to break off on Vcopter because people hopefully don't fall prey to their seductive videos and buy into that crap, because I think that somebody's going to continually get scammed out of $100. And when they do ship, if you have problems shipping your product, you're going to have a problem supporting your product. It's like the exact opposite of like Skydio, as to where Skydio, they shipped the product, but they were still able to maintain support. Like they held a certain amount of reserve units because they said, okay, we know people are going to crash the living shit out of these, and we're going to maintain support.
Well, that is one. Skydio is one I have not flown yet, but that I would like to, and I'm trying to work on getting a review unit, though. Sure. It's not as I have connections at DJI, so and DJI is really terrific about getting ahead, getting us review units before it comes out, so we can release a review
Gotcha.
right around the time that they they
Skydio's pretty good. I mean, if you tell them you're with the publication, they may just make that happen. I think with their product specifically, with review units, they were probably a little bit gun shy to do it at first, because it's one of those products, like, they know people are going to push the boundaries. So the chances of that product, even though they say it's uncrashable, in crashing is probably a little bit more prevalent than somebody getting a Mavic 2 Pro. I don't know why I feel like I've drank a lot tonight, but for some reason, it's beer, it goes down smooth. I am on my best behavior this evening. I even did my hair tonight.
Oh, I know. Good for you. No, I do love Skydio, and I would love to try one of those out, and even get someone on a bike and see just test out how it follows them, and also just I'm around a lot of trees. I just want to shoot that thing through the forest and see it maneuver around, and I think it's a cool product.
It is a really cool product. I think that's going to be like the future of the drone industry, is this autonomy. I think we're going to start seeing more and more drones add in, those smart feature sets. But, what's going to be funny is I think a lot of people are going to chase Skydio's tail in the autonomy department. And I think, DJI can give them a good run for their money in that department. But I think it's going to be hard to compete head to head if we're going on just sheer smarts on the drones. I think it's going to be hard.
Yeah, Skydio is based in Redwood City. They're kind of in the thick of the whole tech and Silicon Valley area. Yeah. That's an advantage.
They are definitely in the heart of Silicon Valley, and they have a lot of outlets, and I think, they have the right investors to do the right thing. And like I said, I think it was shocking to see that they were releasing an X2, not releasing it, but they announced the X2, which I know a lot of consumers are really excited, but it's not a consumer drone, but it's promising because it shows hope that their future products could be totally different than what we've seen in the Skydio 2.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to see what happens, for sure.
Same. Well, Kara, I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Guys, if you haven't already, I'm going to drop the link again for Kara's website. It's KaraEMurphy.co. And of course, you can check out her Instagram, because from what it looks like, she does get out and travel quite a bit. And like I said, for me personally, woman, man, it doesn't matter. These shots are just freaking epic. And be sure to go over there, show her some love on that page. 11,000 followers on Instagram. You've obviously built quite a following, because the photos, like I said, their photos are really terrific. And the fact that like it's all different types of drones really shooting it, I think is sort of interesting.
Yeah, it's mostly Phantom, Mavic. I will throw up a few Evo shots, because you do get some really phenomenal photos out of that.
They do. The 6K version, especially for me at least, I think the camera is absolutely like stellar.
Yeah, it is.
It's been my go-to. But I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Love to have you back again sometime soon. And
absolutely,
we'll be talking.
All right, sounds good.
Take it
Thanks
easy.
for having me.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All righty. Well, how about that? Kara Murphy. That was awesome. I like talking to new people in the drone industry, and Kara is no exception. Like I said, I think it's pretty awesome what she's able to do. You know, the aerial photography, the shots that she's getting is pretty darn dope, and the Instagram photos that she has is pretty awesome. So I think it'd be awesome to see more women in the drone scene, because right now in my chat, it's an absolute sausage fest, because it's just basically Jenna holding it down, for fuck's sake, and just a bunch of wrenches. Jesus, all I see is a sea of wrenches. What did I do last week? Did I like black out and just say wrench everything? I mean, that's what it really looks like. There is just nothing but wrenches. Wrenches as far as the eye can see. Well, I missed one. I missed Mountain Drone Solutions. You get a wrench. Most moderated channel ever. Bob Casey got a wrench. Who did I miss? Who didn't get a wrench? I don't know. I think everybody's got a wrench. And I'm starting to see a lot of Fly logos out there. So for the guys that are just joining the membership deal, appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to have a pretty cool live stream. Like I said, the live streams will be hosted on StreamYards. So a little bit different format. It's going to be more interactive, because I'm going to get to pull you guys into the stream. And it's basically, we're just going to all get drunk and drink beer and chat. Because obviously meetups nowadays are just, I don't know, it's like you get frowned upon if you have a meetup over 10 people or something. I don't know. Are you guys going to frown upon me if I have a meetup? Like a real live one? I mean, I want to. I don't know. Oh, there's Sean Brooks. You got to give him a wrench-a-rooney. All right, so I am slacking tonight. I was like, I felt like I was being on my best behavior, right? Like I felt like my mother was like over my shoulder, like, be good, do your hair. I did my hair tonight. I never do my hair. Why did I do my hair tonight? I felt like I should have had a bow tie on, little bow tie. All right, the wrench train. After I wrench these two wrenches, there's no more wrenches for right now, because the wrenches are just like, it's like printing too much money. If you print too much money, then you don't have any more money. It's just, it invalidates the scenery. And then if you're going to be moderating the moderators, and nobody can moderate the chat if I have everybody as a wrench. And if somebody says something I don't like, then I'll be like, wrench moderators take care of that, and they'll untime out themselves. Fuck, I got to stop drinking on the weekdays. I think I'm going to just change this show to juice brews. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So I do plan on formally addressing 00 Robotics, and I hope that they do respond, because what's pissing me off is the fact that their social media is complete radio silence. Complete radio silence, which is absolutely absurd. Absurd that you have people paying you money and you cannot update people. 00 Robotics, you all are scumbags. Scumbags, 00. I think I may make a shirt, 00 scumbag or something. I don't know. Patent pending. Don't do it. Fuck Steve, you get a wrench. Steve, I missed you. I knew I had a wrench out there. Ah, shit, man. This chat is just moderation. This is just moderation at its finest. Look at that sea of wrenches. In a world, hang on a second. In a world where we needed a chat moderated, there was a sea of wrenches as far as I can see. I said see twice, but that's fine. It's my movie. And there was a hero named Dobo, which, with his power vested in B, he wrenched his entire fucking audience, which means anybody can say anything. A chat full of deplorable drone pilots and bonanza. How do I make this light? I can't get out of the cinematic voice. I'm still cinematically chatting with myself. I'm going to turn a light on right now. How cine-fucking-matic is this? This is actually, there's no hands like this. Check it out. I'm gonna turn the lights on. My voice will go back to normal. All right, the voice back to normal. That's just, I can turn that on and off. Look, no hands, like cinematic. I don't know. Sling some sausage. All right, beer is kicking in. Life is good. Holy shit! Welcome to Drone Brews. So last week we went on a 4-hour marathon stream. I watched it back. I actually sat and watched as I was oh yeah, let's talk about that asshole. So here's the deal. So yesterday I get a message from Jack. He texted me. You know, I know Jack from Half Chrome, right? He texts me and he says to me, this is what he says to me. I'm making a rebuttal video to your Mavic Zoom video. Let me fucking start this over because I totally screwed what I was going to say. I'm making a rebuttal video to your Mavic Zoom being irrelevant. One, irrelevant was never in the title of my video. Never in the title of the video. I was going to reference you and your vid, probably throw a clip of you in there. I assume you wouldn't care, but I wanted to let you know first. So I said, go for it. I figured, how bad could it be? How bad could Jack be, right? I mean, he's going to use my video. He's going to reference me, right? So what's the harm in that, I say to myself. Boy, was I freaking wrong. Now, while I'm not annoyed. Like, let me be clear. I'm not necessarily aggravated, right? But what annoyed me the most was, I guess, I don't know. Let me pull this in here. Because I'm an asshole, right? Like, I'm an asshole. But let me pull this up here. I hate how this always does this to me. Like, I can't pull shit up. Like, I want to pull it up, but I'm going to pull this up here. Hang on. Let me close out of Pornhub. All right. There we go. That's better. All right. So, no. Let me just scoot this over here. Let me push this over here. Hang on. It's thinking. All right. So, I'm looking. So I'm looking through my subscriber list and I'm scrolling through the videos. I'm scrolling. And I come across this video. It says DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, still a great drone in 2020. And I see the thumbnail and it's got this circle thing over my face. I'm drinking my beer. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, the fuck, you trying to cancel me? You can't cancel me. Nobody cancels the Dobo. Nobody cancels me but me. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. He's trying to cancel me. I watched his video. It was good. He made some good points. But I think the biggest point here is the fact that you can't justify $13.49. You just can't justify it. $13.49 is what they are charging for the Mavic 2 Zoom. I'm sorry, I don't need zoom that much. And secondly, no, that camera sensor falls apart in many situations. Now, if you're just your casual average hobbyist and you want a cool camera, yeah, sure, buy the Mavic 2 Zoom. It's 2 years old. I mean, have at it. If you got money to blow and you just don't care about what's a decent camera, sure, why not? Buy the Mavic 2 Zoom. I don't care. Randy, I saw you stick up for me and I appreciate it. Now, again, half chrome guys are good people. I know, and I'm joking about it. Like, I don't really care. But I mean, I don't know. I thought the thumbnail was a little bit clickbaity. I mean, I would have filmed them a segment. I mean, but when I make these videos, it's because I'm really thinking to myself, would I spend, why the freak do I have this in my ear? Would I spend $13.49 on a drone that's been out for 2.5 years, 2 years, right? Is that what it has been now? Absolutely not. Zoom is not that important, especially now with the Mavic Air 2, with everything that it can do, 34 minutes of flight time, the 4K HDR, 4K 60. I mean, I listed all these reasons in that video. I beg to wonder, did they actually watch and ingest the information that I was putting out? Did you watch it? Because if you did, that rebuttal would have been strong like the Force. And this common misconception that the Mavic 2 Pro cannot put out good photos or video is just so fucking egregious. It's unreal. The Mavic 2 Pro has literally been one of my go-to drones since up until the point I got the Evo 2 Pro. It's been, sort of the go-to. I mean, I don't know. I guess when you put out enough controversial shit, people will swing for the fence at you, I suppose. So let's see. Random. When I use this one specific battery on my Mavic Air 2, I get gimbal overload. I bet you have a problem with that battery. I would honestly, Sean, I would probably reach out to DJI and have them warranty out that battery. Because if it's only happening on one battery, you could have a problem with that battery. It could be spiking. The voltage could be too high from that. There's been some issues with the Mavic 2, the Mavic Air 2 batteries specifically. So reach out to DJI and see if they can swap that battery, or worst case, reload the firmware. Because again, these things take firmware. So try to reload the firmware, do a firmware refresh on the batteries. That's just my 2 cents on that. All right. Anyways, I digress. TM Rocky, yes, thanks, man. I have been absolutely loving the A7 III. It's been my go-to photo camera for the past couple of weeks. Like I said, I still use APS-Cs. I fully plan on purchasing the A7S III, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I want to wait. I don't think anybody notices the quality difference, and it's surely not anything that anybody's going to notice immediately. So I'm totally fine just using this, because then I could save $3,000, I think, which is a good thing. Never crashed. Free mask with every Mavic 3. Yeah, sounds about right. Mavic 2 Zoom images, you can't sleep on. No, it's not that you can't sleep on it. I just wouldn't go out of my way to purchase the Mavic Zoom today. Right? I wouldn't go out of my way. If you have a Mavic 2 Zoom, sure, it's great. But here's the problem I have with people that buy things. Here's the problem I have. You buy something, and because you spent money on that, you are so inclined to defend that item because you personally spent money on a product, and you have to convince yourself that that product is still every bit as awesome as it was when you first spent that initial money. They call that bias. It's purchase bias. You're biased to something because you spent the money on that. And even though after everything's all said and done, the hype and the honeymoon's over, and you hit it from the back a few times and whatever, terrible analogy, but you know where we're going with this. You still have to defend that tooth and nail. That is purchase bias. I'm sorry. If I have a problem with something and I think that something isn't pulling its own weight, guess what happens? I sell that shit. I sell it. That's why I sold my Mavic 2 Zoom, because it just wasn't really working out the way I wanted it to work. And I used the Mavic Pro 2 quite a bit, and it was delivering the images, and I didn't find myself using the zoom feature. Albeit the zoom feature is cool. I wish drones had a physical zoom. It's not something like I felt like, oh my God, I have to use it. Like I just didn't find myself using it immensely. But but it's 2 years old. It's going to be replaced. Like, we'd be stupid to think that DJI isn't going to give us a replacement to the Zoom. I bet you they give us a drone, a Mavic 3 that has everything we want and the kitchen sink. They're going to. They're going to have to bring the heat. They're going to have to bring their heat. What the hell did I miss? I'm on a tangent. I think that's going to end up having to change. I mean, they're sort of breaking the rules. Timothy, welcome to the Brew Crew. I think we missed somebody else. David Dorothy, welcome to the Brew Crew. And yes, welcome to the Brew Crew. That's the Brew Crew. I'm on fire today. I mean, you got to understand, like, we all buy things and we want to defend it to our death, right? End of the day, these companies don't give a shit if we like their products or not. They don't care. We're just another number, another grain of rice, another dollar in the bank for them. And that's it. And they're totally okay with that. So don't defend things that just sort of suck. And in 2020, DJI has got some absolute balls to sell that drone for $1349. They have cojones. You know what that says? That's like Apple removing the headphone jack from the iPhone. They're going to call it courage, selling that thing for more. Same thing with the Mavic 2 Pro. Although, albeit the Mavic 2 Pro price is sort of justified to an extent because that camera is really good and it does have 10-bit. But the lack of 4K 60 is a big Achilles heel, I think, in that drone. Randy McNeely, welcome to the Brew Crew, my friend. Welcome. You're in the Brew Crew, my man. Chris Hope, welcome to the Brew Crew, my friend. This is the club where you can drink and you're encouraged to spit and curse and, I don't know, all sorts of debauchery. Yes. It's when I was building my memberships, I said, how do you build a membership that's cheaper than your common OnlyFans site or, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I said, well, we're going to drink and we're going to have fun doing this and we're going to put out exclusive content only for the Brew Crew. And it's going to be so affordable that even Paul from Drone U can buy his own membership to the Brew Crew. So Paul, if you're watching, you can even buy a membership to the Brew Crew. And I will actually show you, Paul, Mr. Drone U, how to properly run a drone-related channel. Step 1, Paul, you get a fucking beer, you have a drink. Step 2, don't be a douchebag. Step 3, have another beer if you didn't have step 1 already. Dick. I can't see it. TNT Rocky, welcome to the Brew Crew. Thank you. Look at all those fly logos. We got another one to the Brew Crew. I don't know. I can't see your name. We got the 4-out Canine to the Brew Crew. We got another fly logo. And these logos, I'm going to make some newer logos. And I don't think we'll do wings, but I'm also going to be building emojis. And one of the emojis that I'm building is going to be a Billy Kyle emoji. It's going to be like basically Billy Kyle's face. So like when you say his name, his emoji will appear. Because who doesn't want Billy Kyle in the chat? So we're building that. You got too many OnlyFans memberships, Lon. What's going on with that, man? What's going on with that, dude? All right, we'll have one more. David Leo says, Mavic 2 Zoom, DJI Quad. Yeah, you can get them refurbished for $1079, which that if you can get it for $1079, I mean it's a lesser of a sting, but I think over $1,000 is still, damn, that's a lot for 2 years old. Wow. That's still a lot. We're going to pop the top on this one first. Thank you, Bob Casey, for the reminder. We're going to pop the top on this one. So I'm trying to get there. You guys stop saying his name. You know, Steve Carpenter, welcome to the Brew Crew. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Steve Carpenter. You know what happens? You say his name and then he appears out of nowhere or he calls out of nowhere. That's usually what happens. And then he breaks everything. We need a Ken Heron emoji. Well, maybe we'll have to do that. We'll have to make all the emojis and we'll have like a Rick Smith emoji. We'll get all the emojis. I don't think I'm actually going to film after this at this point. I don't know if I should drink or I should drive after this. I think I can Uber to Tampa. if somebody's in the Tampa area willing to drive, I am looking for a designated driver, preferably under 40, has a drone, and you know, it can be like a Toyota Corolla, it's fine, or a Yaris, that's fine too. And I just need you to drive. Either that, or I'm going to call the pizza guy and have him take me to Tampa. So, I mean, that would be honestly the responsible thing to do, is to order a pizza, eat the pizza as the pizza guy drives me to Tampa. That's what we'll have to do. Get a drone worship emoji. We want to keep this stream livable. I told you guys I met up with him. I went and flew because, you know, he talked all this shit. So I went and flew. But I've grown tired of that gentleman. So that'll be the last of that. That's we'll make sure he has great hair. I promise you, we'll make sure Ken Herron's got great hair. Don't you worry. We get a Drone Valley one. We get or maybe a Ready Set Drone emoji in here. We'll have all the emojiries. Emojiries. I just invented a word. I saw a super chat. Timothy, thank you so much, man. New to the Brew Crew. No Drew New. Can I have a wrench now? Timothy, you could have did without the super chat, and I would still give you a wrench, my friend. I would still give you a wrench. How about that? You would have still got a wrench, regardless, my friend. J-Mo, welcome to the Brew Crew, and Jenna is the only living female member of the Brew Crew. That's rare. Jenna is the only member of the Brew Crew that is female. As they do. This is for Jenna. It's a reference from a movie. All right, it's probably, maybe some of you got that. I don't know. I digress. Cigar Nation Warriors, welcome to the Brew Crew. Yeah, come on down there. Yeah, come on down. I did get a chance to meet somebody this week. I did hand deliver. So some people, there's a lot of people actually local to me, and one of the people that are local to me is a good person. He's in the chat here. His name is J-Mo. He lives actually really close to me. I went over to his house. We had a cup of coffee. I got to meet his wife, and he sort of showed me his tech dungeon. I'm going to call it a tech dungeon, but it was really nice because I needed a cup of coffee. He had coffee hot. I brought him a bracelet, and it was just a good time chatting with him. And matter of fact, I've got stuff. Oh, I got stuff. The very first retail packaging for the Freewell ND filters have arrived. They arrived early. And if you ordered from DroneWorks, you may have realized that you got shipping confirmation because these bad boys are now here. They're here. So J-Mo, you said you needed a pair of ND filters, and I was going to give you the prototype filters because I didn't know how long these would take to get here. So tomorrow morning, probably tomorrow afternoon after I'm done with work, I'm going to drive over to your house, and then I'm going to hand deliver these to you, man. So these are the Freewell all-day filter kit for the Evo 2 8K, because I know you have an 8K, so I'm going to bring you the Freewell kit. I'll hand deliver that. You guys who won these filters, Zach's going to be shipping them out. So if you won, make sure you message Zach. So far, I only saw one person that messaged DroneWorks, and that was Sunrise Media, that won the filters, that messaged Zach. So we have a list of the people, so just make sure you do that, because like I said, I was absolutely annihilated. I probably should go back through the chats and figure out who actually won. I probably need to do that. God, I need an assistant. I'm fixing that next week. I'm bringing on a full-time co-host. So next week, I will have officially a full-time co-host. Next week, I'm going to have a full-time co-host. Somebody that's going to keep the show in check, make sure that it doesn't get totally out there. Next week, it's going to be full-time co-host. Londonard's a member. We got a member Londonard. And we got Silas Sigurd. Thank you very much for becoming a Brew Crew member. I see those fly logos looking all good in the chat and stuff. So, J-Mo said he'll take me to Tampa. How about that? Okay, Albuquerque, I do remember you chatted with Zach, so we'll make sure those are going out. I got to keep on top of him. Somebody's got to keep on. You never found your Mavic 2 Pro in the mountains the other night. You got it, RL, man. Anytime, brother. Drone Worship, you are not in my head by any means. You're so far from my head, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry, man. You're not really even a thought at this point. You're more or less a blip, this tiny little blip, an ant. You're like this little ant in my bathroom that I crushed. Crushed like that. But one more time, Mr. Worship, in case you didn't see that thing I bought you, I got it for you. Check it out. You can find it on Teespring right there. 50% off right now. If you use the link in the description below, you can get your very own middle finger for Drone Worship. See, Dan wants to fight. He wants me to fight his friend. Dan wants me to box his friend because Dan's too much of a pussy to actually put gloves on and fight me himself. I know. What will you claim, Dan? That you have some sort of disability that you can't fight me? Granted, I weigh probably slightly less than you. I say slightly because I weigh 210 pounds at the immediate moment. One more beer, I may be weighing more. But if you would love to box me, I would love to box you because nobody wants to see me box your friend that nobody knows. People would love to see me knock the living shit out of you, which I would absolutely do that. Given the fact that I'm a lefty and I have a hell of a left hook and a pretty good reach, yes, I would do that. I would absolutely gear up to box you. It would give me nothing but pleasure. I would be drunk so that way every time you hit me, I felt nothing. Scumbag. Oh, don't set up fights that you can't be willing to fight yourself. I'm always willing to fight somebody if I put myself out there for that. So if you want to do that, make sure it's something that you yourself can cash. He wants it to be for charity. He wants it to be for charity. I'll gladly box for charity. I have no problem doing that, but I think that something somebody would donate to would be Dobo versus Drone Worship, not Dobo versus Drone Worship's friend. Nobody cares about that. You want me to box? Step into the ring. I'll box you. I'll blocks you. Can't even talk. Everything's getting soggy right now. That's because I'm winning. The only way to beat me is to find the darkness. You're such a dumbass. Moderators, put that son of a bitch in timeout. I have 1,000 moderators in here. Put that son of a bitch in timeout so he can't mutter another word. Drag him out, kicking and screaming. Put him in timeout. Drone Worship's done in this chat. Drag him out, kicking and screaming. We don't want to see this guy in the chat anymore. Would I fly at 110 degrees Las Vegas heat? I don't know, man. Who did that? Lauren? Thank you, Lauren. You guys are good. You guys are good. Adios. Adios. God, this is why I love the fact that we have such a well-moderated chat. Such a well-moderated chat. Bye, Dan. Bye. I mean, what I witnessed right there was an absolute rush of people just going. That was good. You guys are fucking great. That got good. That got good. Always a good time every time he shows up. I probably would not fly in 110 degree weather. I know it's tempting. He got wrench banged right there. He got wrench banged. Oh, there he is. Timed out again. Wrench bang. Oh shit. Oh, you can't come in here and do that. You can't. You silly person. This is my channel, Dan. God bless it anyways. Fucking oh shit. Oh, that's why I love you guys. Because you already know what's gonna happen. And if he tries to do it again, and there he is again. Another time. Every time he goes to talk, somebody's smacking him out. And the best part about it is that everybody who's a wrench can see it. Everybody's, and this, I swear to you, I've never seen a chat. There's 131 wrenches floating in this chat right now. 131 wrenches. That is absolutely nuts. That is absolutely nuts. I love it. That pumps me up. Oh, sorry. Time that again. Oh. I can sit here, you know, I do need to film a video this evening for this lens that I'm supposed to be reviewing, but I can honestly sit here and just every 30 seconds somebody was like, it says drone worship was timed out by so and so for another 300 seconds. Oh. That's just kills me. Aerial landscape, you get a wrench too, man. You get a wrench too. Now we have 134 wrenches in here. Oh man, 134 wrenches. Oh, God, that's good. That is good. That is deep. I don't know who got him first. Thomas, you get a. All right, let me let you be part of the party. You get a wrench too. You'll be able to see it when you see it. You get a wrench. Now we got 335 wrenches in here. You know what's crazy? If you really think about it, I trust there is 136 people in this stream that I trust to become a moderator, because I know for a fact if I met any single one of you, you guys are going to be the same as you are online, as you are in person. And that's what I absolutely love about this channel, is because I built a really good community around you all. And like, we all pretty much get along. So it absolutely makes me chuckle every time I see shithead's been timed out for 300 seconds. You need a wrench, J. Cole? I'll get you a wrench, man. You're going to get a wrench. We're going to get you a wrench. Michael Pepper. There you go. We'll get you a wrench, man. Get your wrench. Who did I miss? Frederick Barr. All I ever wanted to was be a part of the gang. Frederick, you are already a part of the gang just by chatting and interacting. That's all, man. You're right there. You don't have to do anything different. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Air Photography himself is in the chat. Always good to see him. I really got to say, I really do enjoy the community. I was thinking about it today. I was like, man, we got a lot of cool people that we get to, you know, vibe with. It's like being a part of like the Moose Club, except for we fly drones. Sometimes some of us break stuff. You need one too? We got 133. We probably got 150 some odd wrenches at this point. I wonder if YouTube's going to be like, all right, you can't wrench anymore. You're out of wrenches. I don't know. Is that even possible? David Doherty, you don't have a wrench? How did we miss you, dude? All right, AT, we're going to wrench you. Can I trust you, AT? All right, don't make me regret this. We're going to give you the responsibility of the wrench. We're going to give you the responsibility of the wrench. With it becomes great powers. Your one job as a moderator is that anytime Drone Worship or his cronies enter the chat, you simply smack them down. It's really that simple. You just smack them down. Because right now he's stewing. He's probably getting ready to fire up his shitty 5 megabit internet connection and do a live stream and be like, that Dobo, cry baby. You cry baby. Yeah. You know what? Here's the deal. You know, I'm pretty loyal to my friends, but when you start messing with people that I get along with really well, like Mike from Accelerated Heights, my buddy Mike, I'm telling you right now, I like Mike. I like Mike a lot. I get along really well with him. But when Dan started messing with him on Facebook and stuff, I drew the line because, Mike and I fly almost every other day together. And yeah, you just don't do that. You don't cross that. So you just don't do that. I like my buddy Mike. He's just, he's just doing his thing. He's doing his thing. So that's why, that's what pissed me off. Give Ron a wrench. Where's Ron? Where's Ron? I saw him chatting. Where did I miss? It's so hard to see you because there he is. I see you, Ron. I'm sorry, man. I went on a tangent again. I think we got everybody. Are you guys just sharing the link to people that don't have wrenches at this point? Is that what you're doing? Or is that what you're doing? You're just sharing the wrench? I think that's what you're doing. You're sharing the wrenches to people that don't have wrenches. Richmond Ariels, welcome to the Brew Crew. I know who that is. Troy, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. And you know what? We got to make sure that's new to me. So we got to wrench. We're wrenching all things. Like I said, we just wrench it all. And look at all the fly logos we've got going on here. So yeah, apparently there's a boxing match going to happen. I don't know. He wants to stream a sanctioned boxing match where he's got a friend that weighs, I shit you not, his friend weighs about 350 pounds. And maybe I'm being kind. Maybe it's less. I don't know. Anyways, his friend weighs 350 pounds. He wants me to box his friend. Now, I will tell you, on a good day, I may weigh 220 pounds on a good day. At one point in my life, I was physically fit, and then something miraculous happened. I had an awakening. I went to church, and no, it wasn't church. I went to a bar, and I was saved. This gentleman baptized me. He slid a beer across the bar, and he said, "You have now been saved." And here it is now. I was baptized in beer. So anyways, he wants me to fight his friend in a sanctioned boxing match for charity. And my thought process on this whole thing is, if you want me to box, you box me. Don't set me up to fight a 310 pound, 50 pound, whatever the hell pound friend. I mean, I'll fight. I don't care. I may get knocked around. I'm not saying I'm going to win it, but maybe my thought process is I just got to run around enough. I'll just run around and you get them out of breath enough and then you just knock them down. I don't know. I'm assuming that's how that works. Pull a little Floyd Mayweather on him. I don't know. So we'll see how that works. I don't know. We'll see how that works. I'm just my mouse is consistently going. I can't wait till next week because when I have a co-host with me, so finally I'm adding in a co-host. My good friend Paul Feinberg has volunteered. He didn't volunteer. I'm forcing him to become my co-host. I said to him, listen, I need a co-host because I can't keep track of all the crap that goes on in the chat. It goes so fast. I said, plus two, there's a period of time when I'm just talking to myself and I start feeling crazy. So Paul is kind of going to come and step on as my co-host. And he's super knowledgeable and he's like the perfect disposition to offset like me. I need to offset all this mess. So Paul Feinberg is we're going to retool the whole stream. So it's going to look entirely different. Hopefully next week it's going to do it. We're going to let it roll. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to figure it all out. All right. Sea of wrenches. I'm looking. We're good. Looking for the shitty text messages. Looking for. Nope. Okay. So, that's right. I blocked him. He can't text me anymore either. I blocked him because I got so tired of his text. Hey, that's it. There it is. All right. So we've streamed for an hour and I don't know how long have we streamed for. I feel like we had a really good stream tonight. Thank you, Kara Murphy, for coming on tonight. If you made it this far and you didn't get a chance to check out Kara's website, lost train of thought there for a moment. Check out her website, her Instagram, if you want to be inspired. If you want to be inspired, check out her Instagram. If you haven't already got your money back on your Vcopter, be sure to do that. I hear Bob White is given advanced refunds on behalf of Vcopter. So Bob White in the chat, if you go to his channel and hit his email link, he is giving out advanced refunds for the Vcopter. So Bob is really going above and beyond what somebody should do. That is really super generous of you, Bob, to give out advanced refunds on behalf of 00 Robotics. Thank you so much, Bob White. Thank you so much. So Bob White's a really nice guy, everybody. Super generous person. It's not 4 hours, but right? Who can stand me for 4 hours? I can't even stand myself. My wife says she doesn't even know who I am anymore. I can't remember the last time I fell asleep in the same bed with her. This is bad. This is bad. I feel like this can also be a confessional. Yep. We went there. Son of a gun. Thank you to all the new members of the Brew Crew. Thank you. Like I said, I see all these little fly logos. The longer you stay in the Brew Crew, those logos are going to change. I'm going to be changing them up. The emojis, as soon as I get the emojis completed, you'll be able to type certain keywords in. And when you type these keywords, an emoji will appear. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but they're going to be emojis. Like I said, Bob has left the chat. Oh, I see what you did, Bob. I see what you did, Bob. Bob, he's a good Bob guy. Oh, God, Bob. Oh, Bob. You mess. You know what? Copy Jim, you're right. Oh, how did I miss B-Mac? How did we miss him? B-Mac. All right, 144 wrenches floating around. 144 wrenches. Take one down, pass it around. Another one guarantees drone warship is gone. How does that feel, Dan, that you can't comment in my chat because my wrenches are going to smack you down? I bet you're streaming right now. I bet you. Because I'm a betting man. We'll see, maybe. No, you're probably waiting. You're smarter than that. Bless it anyways. All right. That's enough. That's it. That's all she wrote for tonight. Looking to see Joe Mariana. I forgot to add a wrench. Got a wrench for you. How do you join? That's a good question. How do you join? Gosh, I don't even know. I think, it's weird. I don't think they actually show it on, I guess I should share the link. I guess that's probably the easiest way for you to figure that out, because I have no idea. I just turned it on and I figured I made the tiers of the whole shit and caboodle. And then, yes, I did. So this is how you join. If you want to become a member for members only streams, members only videos, this is how you become a member. So like I said, the videos that we do for the streams are going to be different because I don't want to use so I use XSplit. So XSplit is what streams and controls this. But for the members only streams, since StreamYards now allows up to 10 people, the streams are going to be for everybody. That means I'm going to send you a link. You'll be able to join the stream. Now, the rule is this. You have to be drinking something. Now, legally, I can't say it has to be alcohol. I can just say you can have something in your glass. It can be water. It can be a lemon. But it's a drinking conversation. It's like we're all going to be sitting at the bar. I may call this the bar. That's really unoriginal. But until my creative developer develops a new name for it, that's what it's going to be called. So there's that. but that's the idea. Like I really like the idea of hanging out. Who's that? I can't see. Why did they do this with that thing? Something Hathaway. Thank you very much. You're now a member. God, I can't even see the name. Jaron Hathaway. Thank you. Man, they really make it hard to see with that blue on green. It really freaking messes with my eyes. That's really, really. God, this chat is wrenched the freak out, man. This is wrenched. This is wrench city. Wrench city. Oh, I got some calls coming in. I bet you I know who this is. I think Bob left me a voicemail. Let's play his voicemail, shall we?
I heard a burp. Anyway, I'm calling to ask, how do we get refunds? Anyway, great show, man. I hope you're staying safe down there and staying healthy. God bless you and your family and everybody that loves you and follows you like I do. Bye.
I don't know who that was, but that was an awesome message. I like that. That's cool. I don't know why I didn't get the calls for some reason. So for some reason, I got J-Mo. Thanks, brother. I'll respond to that one. And then I've got, all right, so check it out. If you are, I'm going to take a couple of calls. We'll take a couple. Who's that? David Leo to the Brew Cruise. We're going to have a hell of a lit first stream when we do that. We're going to be doing those streams on Fridays or Saturdays. It's going to be one of those days where nobody has to work the next day because I have a feeling it's going to be something that is going to need to be unlisted. It's going to be a video that stays unlisted on the channel because holy crap, is it going to be a fire stream when we do it. It's going to be fun as shit. Need a wrench? Ask Ken. Jose Perez, you get a wrench, my friend. We were passing out wrenches. I'm doling out the Dobo hotline. The Dobo hotline is now open. We got a phone caller. We got a caller. Caller, you on the air with Original Dobo? Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, this is Ken.
Ken, this is Bob, the real Bob White.
Oh, hey, Bob. Hey.
Other Bob White.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, I found out you were giving refunds for the Vcopter in advance. You were taking it on as a charity cause.
That's great. You'll get as much of a refund as I did. Anybody that wants a refund like I got can get one.
Yeah, how much was your refund there, Bobo?
Well, I never sent them any money, so they wouldn't send me any.
Oh, shit. I need a thing that I could go, you know, like the drums. The drums. Well, listen, hey,
what they said they said they would send me a Vcopter, and I could fly it as long as I made it look like, I wrapped it so it looked like a Mavic 2 Pro.
Oh, is that what it was? Ah, Jesus, Mariah.
I said that's too much work. I'll just fly my Mavic 2 Pro.
Bob, you're a class act, my friend. As always, I feel like you're a reoccurring event on this show. Like it's Bob White will call me, harass me about the Vcopter. What are we going to do when the Vcopter implodes or actually ships, Bob? What are we going to do?
We'll find something. Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm relying on you, Bob.
Hey, did you go to LinkedIn and check out who I really am?
I didn't, Bob. Who are you?
Yeah, well, you have to look sometime.
Bob, you send me an email with the link. So I don't look up the wrong, because right. Bob White could be, I mean, there's a lot of Bob Whites.
Yeah, I've been flying things for a long time.
Well, you send me a link to it via email, and I'm gonna look up who you are. I'm gonna figure that I'm gonna debunk the mystery of Bob White.
Okay, I'll do it on Facebook.
All right, sounds like
Messenger.
Yeah, hit me up on Messenger. All right, thanks, brother. Bye. I like Bob. Bob's like one of those cool cats. He's one of those people. I feel like we would get arrested. Like I know there's a massive age gap, but if we went out on the town and we would just, it would be like slow motion scenes, us walking into Vegas casinos, kicking the doors open, the bouncers throwing us out. It'd be a shit show. Bob White and I, Bob may be like in his 60s. I may be in my 30s, but we're going to burn that town down. Bob, don't you worry. We're going to burn that town down, Bobo. We're going to burn it down. Brazil Airview, can you put your link in there? Sure. What link do you have to share, my friend? Whatever link you have, you may share it. I'll approve it. You're a moderator, Brazil Airview. You're a moderator. As long as it's not a link to your OnlyFans account, it's approved. Bob White likes to hang out with his friend John Smith. No idea, but you're Michael Jacob. You're not wrenched. You got a wrench. Everybody in this chat gets a wrench except for Drone Worship. Everybody in this chat gets a wrench except for Drone Worship. Okay? That's it. That's the rules. That's the only rule I have in this chat. Is you get a wrench, you get a wrench, you get a wrench. And maybe there's some other people that don't get wrenches, but for the most part, everybody gets a wrench in my chat. If you're trusted enough to have a wrench, you're good in my book. All right, Brazilian Air Review, let's take a look at your link. I'm going to take your look at your link right now. Okay, dude. Let's see what's going on here. Perigo. I love Brazil. Brazil's got some of the best women in the world. I like the scenery. You're at a beach. Let me see what we got at the beach. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? I know you can't see what I'm seeing, but he's walking on a pier. You guys are going to have to go check out his channel. Scuba divers. It's nice. All right. I like it. Good visuals. Welcome to the Brew Crew, AT. All right. Welcome to the Brew Crew. All right, let's figure out who Bob White is. He just sent me a link to his LinkedIn, so I'm going to figure him out right now. We're going to figure out Bob White. Let me see who this guy is. Oh, don't make me agree and join. I just want to see Bob. You know what? I have LinkedIn. I never use it. I never use LinkedIn. Let me look. That doesn't look like him. That doesn't look like him. Do I even know who I'm looking at? Why is that link not letting me? The link should allow me to open that link in a web browser. You know what? Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me just, because curiosity, I'm, curious. I'm curiouser than curious. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. What? Fucking fly satellites. Wow. Wow, that's expensive shit to fly. Good Lord of mercy. Ah, my man. Holy Christ. I did not know that. I've never used Lincoln. I haven't used Lincoln. Words, I don't think I'm ever going to wear a hat again, maybe. Maybe I just leave my hair growing out like this. This is like a faux hawk or something. I don't know. The hairs, I need to go consult a barber. Does everybody have a wrench tonight? Is that a spider hanging down behind me? Where? Where's there a spider? Oh, that is a bag. That is a bag. I don't see a spider. I'm feeling pretty drunk right now. Yes, Satak. Yeah. Panda Jaguar, you get a wrench. Maybe. I think you get a wrench. Okay, I have to keep it consistent. I have a shit ton of wrenches here. James Curry, you get a wrench. James Curry, you get a wrench. Northwest Media Works, Bob White is actually Paul Aiken's mom. The voice gave it away. Gotta hope not, but I'll give you a wrench for that beautiful comment. Jake Sloan doesn't have a wrench, so we're going to wrench Jake at Sloan. James Curry got him. I am Kyle. Chris Harris, I do hear chicks dig wrenches, although right now we are 144 to 1 or 120. Like, please listen. Here's the deal, guys. Like, I'm not one for asking for many things. Here's what I ask. And this is a big one. We have a big problem on this channel. The analytics say that we have a female deficiency. Okay? There is not enough females in the audience. I have a 4% female to male ratio. It's egregious. The male ratio outweighs the female ratio. So either A, tell your parents, tell your mothers, say, hey, listen, there's this guy. I just need you to subscribe. You don't have to watch him. You don't necessarily have to watch the guy. But if they want to watch, that's fine. If you have an aunt and she's semi-interested in things that fly, or guys with half beards and sometimes wears a hat, you say subscribe. You know, give him a chance. Give him 2 episodes. Let him see if he's going to win you over. Okay? Let him see if he's going to win you over. If you have a grandmother that is mildly interested in a drone, okay? I say mildly. I'm using this term loosely. If it flies, it could be for her. She may find an interest. Maybe you spark some kindred spirit that she's like, you know what? I want to fly a fucking drone. Johnny, I want to fly a drone. And they say, you know what? I'm going to subscribe to OriginaldoBo. All right? This is the rule. This is what we're going to do. We're taking this industry by storm. We're creating a whole new breed of channel. This is a whole new breed of channel. This is a channel that your mother, your father, grandmother, grandfather can appreciate. Content that is absolutely egregious, slightly offensive, but mildly entertaining. So, all I ask is if this is the first time that you're in this chat, that you share this video with somebody in need of a propeller spinning device in their life. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. It's a simple request, right? It's simple. Jaybird Ariel, I am going to give you this wrench. I'm going to give you this wrench. And Brazil, you got a wrench. You got a wrench. Everybody's got wrenches. And let your parents know you get wrenches. Everybody gets a wrench. It's mandatory. If you're in this chat and you are trusted, you have a wrench. Alrighty, guys. It's 10:31. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 31 minutes. As always, I want to remind you to stay original and make sure you put DW in timeout anytime he enters my chat room. He is not welcome here. And that if he wants to have a boxing fight, it's either him or nothing. He can box me. That's it. That's the only way I'm stepping into a ring, if it's him or nothing. Yeah, you tell him we wrench everything. We're gonna wrench it all. You saw the last person that came into this chat wanted to start shit. We had a wrench bang on that person. We wrench banged them right out of the chat. They're no longer here. They've been banned for like 300 seconds times 144. So wrench bang all day. John Callis, you don't even have to ask. I don't know how I missed you, my friend, my dearest friend. I went on a drunken wrench rampage, probably about last episode, about approaching the 3-hour mark. We went on a rampage. So yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna go that route again. I cannot believe John didn't have a wrench. John, I have a set of ND filters for you because you were one of the winners from last week. So John Callis is getting a set of Evo 6K ND filters. Yes. Hashtag wrench bang. That's going to be a thing. I may just make a shirt and call it wrench bang. Let's see how long that lasts on Teespring. All right, guys. As they say in Paris, au revoir, adieu. How do they say it in French? Les stay original. Let's see how we can say it in French. My daughter would be proud. She's taking up French. So let me see how I can say it in French. I'll learn it really quickly. We'll say stay original. English, and I want French. Come on, give me French Google translation. I know I can do this. I can speak French. You can do all things with the power of alcohol. There it is. There we go.
Restez original.
What does it say? How you say that?
Restez original.
Oh, okay.
Restez original.
Restez original. Okay. That's how you say it. I can speak French now. Okay, here we go. Restez original. That's French for stay original. You're welcome. Alrighty. You're right. Dan counts as 4 females. This is the Dobo army. We've got our badges. We've got it all. We've got the Rankins. We're building a militia here, fellas and ladies. Mostly Jenna. But alrighty. I'm signing out. We'll see you next time on Drone Brews. Restez original. Cheers.
If I had to, put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to, put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. React if you have to, Don't know the time, just know that I'm, one of a kind, What's on your mind, We're hard to find, Beautiful mind, Still in my prime, Just know that I'm here. Too many nights, Not feeling right, Too many nights, Not feeling right, I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. Too many nights, Not feeling right, Too many nights, Not feeling right, I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside. It's not insomnia, really. I'm not a zombie, a thriller. I'm moving calmly but iller, not playing party or tiller. I ain't been partying either, been at the Garden of Eden, just drinking water and eating. It's probably not what you're thinking, but I hardly been thinking. I feel like hardening season. I know that's hard to believe in, and that's just part of the reason. I'm catching up to you because you waiting, you sleeping. I feel like hardening season. I feel like hardening season. Too many nights, not feeling right. Too many nights, not feeling right. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. Too many nights, not feeling right. Too many nights, not feeling right. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside. I don't toss and I don't turn. There's some lessons I'ma learn. Usher said to let it burn, but my life isn't his concern. I don't toss and I don't turn. There's some lessons I'ma learn. Usher said to let it